disturb Kampala. Now, given an opportunity to fix the transport system, Ms. Amanda, what exactly do you think needs to be done? What kind of advice would you give on the side of transport?
I think the first thing I would advise is to aim at car use, private car use syndrome, that the citizens or the dwellers of the capital are not encouraged to be car dependent, private car dependent. The only way we can do this is to have good public transport, so we can have a model shift from the private car use to public transport. That thing is very urgent. It's very critical because the numbers have increased. The sprawl, imagine 20 kilometers you can take 3 hours. And you are not thinking about the air pollution by this car, looking at the occupancy. It's one person, 2 people, it's a private car, 1 child, the parent. And the numbers, the space usage is not sustainable. It's not sustainable. I think we need to look at the numbers of people moving. So public transport is very, very, very urgent. The land use connectivity, we need to help the informal settlements that are coming up. The informality is dangerous. There is no accessibility. They are the most affected when it floods. There is a risk of catching fire and you cannot be able to access the premises. That also is another risk. The third issue that I see, people are complaining about the Boda Boda. That comes back again to transport.
And
where is public transport?
In Kampala, you have Boda Bodas, you have taxis, you have all manners of transportation. So, what should we do? The mods.
The mods that we have, the Boda Boda genuinely is taking over the space that was left empty, and this came as a result of 2 things: the demand, but also employment creation. Urban planning is also supposed to ensure that there's employment creation through our designs. Which job opportunities have we factored in for the youth? Now, when it comes to the travel demand, the way the land uses are structured, there's when you say, I'm going to take a taxi to, let's say, Muyenga. But probably you want to go to the other side of Muyenga, but the routing does not favor you. So you choose a Boda Boda to be more direct with your trip. Although it may not be affordable, it may not be the cheapest option and the most convenient. But with speeds, when you look at the traffic congestion right now, with speeds, Boda Boda is still beating the system. And that means that when you're trying to reduce the car usage, private car usage, it means that you're going to provide for good public transport, and so the flow might be better. Good public transport, the capacity of the vehicle should be big. That is good public transport. Because right now you have the buses doing the regional transportation. Then you have the coasters, you have the midi buses, you have the mini buses, then you have Boda Boda. What is public transport? It is that one. Now, when you look at the train system, some people don't know that the train is actually loved by those who use it. The benefits of that train on the eastern route, people miss it when it doesn't run because it saves them time and it's affordable. The taxis complain also about that trip because it takes their passengers. The Boda Bodas are doing train trips. If you take a Boda from Awaita Babidi to here, Radio 1, you have actually replaced a train trip with a Boda Boda. So those modes must coexist in a meaningful manner. Which trunk has the heaviest numbers or travel population? It should be, for example, right now it's the eastern route, Mukono side, Gayaza, Entebbe side, the western side, going to NASA, and you see that the demand is there. Because even in the morning, public transport is not enough. People stand and wait for a taxi. So it means that if we got 74 people moving in one vehicle at once on those heavy trunks, it's going to be more efficient. Then the minibus system can coexist, but the bus can have a priority. There is what we call a priority lane. That's part of the good public transport system. You asked that. Right. It should have priority lanes, priority at junctions, at the signalized junctions. It should depart on time. It should have a fair system, because right now sometimes you have 10,000 and it's not enough for you to move because the prices keep changing. The fares change with the peak times, and that's not efficient. Right. You should be able to have different alternatives. If you're going to Ntinda via Nakawa, or Ntinda via Mulago, there should be efficiency in the system, but the network should collaborate. Then we have bicycle transport. Of course, I cannot go without talking about that. Right. In the network, because today we were stuck around Mulago, but we couldn't park the car anywhere, and we spent around 40 minutes. So if you have alternatives and the infrastructure is in place, these things are doable. We can fix the public transport system very, very fast, especially if we work with the current operators, the Boda Bodas and the taxis, which I'm also happy to inform you that I'm chairing the consultative forum to enable them not to be forgotten in the changes of future public transport system.